What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tapealert, hottest in the city, hottest podcast out. Today on the platform, we have a very special guest, Miss Sky Banks.
Brrr, Big Banks.
How you doing?
I'm feeling good.
That's good. That's good. Introduce yourself to the world. Tell us, who is Sky Banks? Who are you?
Okay, if y'all don't know, now y'all do. The name is Sky Banks, straight from out of Brooklyn, New York. One of the hardest upcoming artists out of Brooklyn, New York. And I'm not to be fucked with.
Nah, you could curse. You good?
I'm not to be fucked with, okay?
What part of Brooklyn are you from?
Flatbush.
Flatbush. Okay. Is there a specific area?
East Flatbush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And-
40s.
Oh, in the 40s.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And what was it like for you growing up in East Flatbush?
Growing up in East Flatbush, it was very interesting. It was fun, very fun, because I was lit. Like, I was always lit, so I knew everybody. I was outside with my friends. But then it was also dangerous. And then, shit got bad. As I started getting older, it started getting bad. I started losing friends to the streets, back to back. Like, it went from fun and games to real serious real quick, like at a young age. So it had its good and bads.
Had as good as bad. And at that point, what was your family structure like? I'm sure they've tried to shelter and protect you, but it's hard.
My family, one thing about it, my family is like the most loving family. Like, I come from a very loving and caring family. So I grew up in a house with all my uncles, my aunts, my mother, my grandmother. So yeah, with the family, I was good.
Okay. And were there any musical influence within the household? I'm sure there was.
My
especially in
mother,
Flatbush.
my mother actually was rapping. She was
Okay.
rapping as I came up, and she could really rap too. So she's one of the people I get it from.
Okay. Does mom have any famous songs out there that we may know about? From back in
No,
the
she
day?
doesn't. But
Okay.
I'm also, my father is JoJo from Jodeci.
I was gonna ask you that.
Okay.
Go into that a little bit for us with JoJo. You know, who is famous not just from Casey and JoJo, but of course from Jodeci.
Yes.
What was it like? You know, of him being your dad and just seeing him evolve into this world-renowned artist.
So, I didn't really grow up too like with my dad like too much. Like, we had a cool relationship. Like, I would go see him. I would go travel to see him. He was always busy. He's a legend, so he was always busy. Like, I would go travel to see him and my sisters and brothers in North Carolina. And that's really about it. Like, I'll go back home with my mother, and that was it.
That
like,
was it.
he don't really have nothing to do with my music and stuff, but
Okay. Did he share some advice, some do's and don'ts as far as you being a female wanting into this male-dominated industry that can also be, a bit devious to women?
I feel like I should just say to be very careful and just keep it strictly business. That right there is the answer. Keep it business, because when you start mixing relationships and business, it doesn't end well, and it's a serious business. So,
Well, yeah, we've seen like many pitfalls from artists throughout the years, and especially females, being not just being taken advantage of, but you want this, you have to give this, and with you having the structure of your uncles in a household, I think you caught on, and you've seen it early.
yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I feel like, I had my uncles and stuff there, but I didn't have my dad. So that was like a big thing. Fathers teach
Daughters, of course.
almost everything. So I didn't really get that word on word talk, but I did learn over time by myself.
Okay.
I figured it out early. Like, I learned by myself.
Okay. Any relationships? Are you getting into any relationships or no?
No, not
Nothing?
right now. I'm single, focused.
Okay.
I'm focused
Okay.
on my music.
All right. When did you start making music, and what was your first, if you remember, your first verse that you just carry with you?
I started making music when I was about 15. That's when I started writing music. Um, my first verse was on this song with my cousin, and it was a little freaky verse, and I do not remember the words. But I grew up listening to Little Kim and them, so that's the first lane I thought to go in. But yeah, I don't remember the verse.
Oh, you don't remember the verse? But do you remember the song and how it go, the tempo? Well, you don't have to say it because you did say it's a bit freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's something that you remember.
Yeah, I remember it in my head, but it's old.
Okay. Have you been invited to any venues to perform?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So like my whole upcoming of like my artistry, I've been invited to so many different shows. Like I've performed at a lot of different shows. SOBs. I opened up for Chinese Kitty, Dream Doll, Lou Got Cash, a lot of different shows.
Do you feel like the people, you're getting to the people, or are they tapping in slowly but surely?
Yeah, so I feel like the people are tapped in. I feel like they tapped in, but I need more people to tap in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I feel like coming from New York is a very tough
Very.
city. So even if people's tapped in, some people might be haters and just they still fuck with your shit and not even share it or nothing because they a hater. So I feel like everybody's tapped in like who needs to be, and I feel like everybody is getting more tapped in. So yeah.
I think for us in New York, the expectations and the bar is set so high that everything has to be like perfect. Because if
Yeah.
not, the first thing I'm gonna say is, "You from New York,
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Like you from New York, you can't mess up. Like
You
you can't
can't.
fuck up.
you guys showed us, so you have to, you know what I mean, continue to pave that road. You was at Rolling Loud recently,
Yes.
and what was that experience like?
It was lit. That was my first time being at Rolling Loud. I was in VIP. So I was me and all the artists, just networking. And then I actually went in the crowd to experience it because I never been to like a concert before. So
It's
it was lit.
different. Concert being a audience is different.
It is.
Especially
It
when you
is.
get
It's
some.
so much people. Like when I got out there at first, I looked at them like, I can't do this. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot do this. But I did it.
Especially the artists that you get that dance around the stage and they jump off into they call it like a mosh
Yeah.
pit,
Start moshing and yeah. It go
tossing
crazy.
and grabbing.
I want to do that one day though.
Okay, you
Definitely.
could be the first to do that. Yeah.
I feel like it was a couple people artists who did it, but I want to do it too.
Let's jump into music. Tell us about the that fire track that you have. What rap beef? What's the direction for that title? Are you saying like what rap beef or?
So that was just a little conflict that I got into. I won't lie, with some girl, and she made a diss track about me. So it was just a response, but I love it because nobody thought of it as a diss track. Like nobody even knows that it's a diss track because of how I walked on it. Like it just sounds like a lit song. So yeah, so it's just like what rap beef? Like there's no rap beef between me and nobody because nobody can't see me. You feel me?
Okay. Now, question: How did you know that track was towards you? And when you heard it, what was your response before you went in and wrote your response?
Like this girl sent it to me. She sent it to me, and I listened to it. I heard my name, and honestly, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. Like, I feel like this is gonna be shit I have to deal with. Like, so I wasn't too impressed, and it was whack. So I really didn't care.
It was whack enough, but you definitely had to create your response because
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
I get it. I get it. What artists are you listening to today? Who's your favorite, male and female?
I listen to Little Durk. I listen to Meek Mills. I listen to Don Q. I listen to A Boogie. That's one of my favorite artists. Females, I listen to all the girls. Summer Walker. I love R&B too, so
Okay.
I listen to Summer Walker, SZA, Nicki, City Girls, all everybody.
Do you sing?
I sing, yes.
Okay.
I originally started off singing.
Okay. Okay. And what's that like for you? Do you diversifying your, I want to say diversifying your portfolio with singing and rap? Are you blending in?
Yes, like I have songs that have singing and rap on it already. I just haven't dropped too many like that, but I'm definitely working on doing both and collabing them together.
Okay. Any upcoming features?
I have a feature coming out with Little Reek, which is A Boogie's artist. We got a couple songs coming out, and that's it right now. But like, definitely planning on having more features, and that's possible. So.
Okay. Okay. Any EPs or anything we can look out for?
I'm definitely gonna be having an EP on the way. My first little mixtape. It's gonna be called Trophy Baby. I'm just gonna tell y'all the name. I feel like I should start promoting it now. And it's gonna have so much different songs on it. And yeah, it's gonna be lit.
All right. Understanding the music business and, having a support staff around you and being that your dad is a legend, are you, of course, you're trying to understand the business as well, correct?
Yes. Every aspect of it.
Okay. Do you see any, what have you experienced that just was like, oh no, I'll go this way?
Okay.
Because there's so many, the reason why I ask, because there's so many doors that you have to walk through before you
Yeah.
can actually say, all right, this is my chair. Now let me just lay everything
so
out.
I feel like, I've seen, the most I've seen like that really pushed me away from something probably be like certain contracts. I won't lie. Because like you have to make sure the contract you want to sign is for you and it benefits you in the ways that you need because it's really like important. So I feel like that's one of the scariest things. Like,
I was hearing that, I don't know, Gotti, is it true, like, the labels, they can make money off your YouTube videos? I'm hearing that that's a big thing.
yeah,
Wow.
if they run your account, then they get your money.
What's next for you, Sky?
So like I said, just more creativity, like more hits, more good music. Like I just have nothing but lit music coming to y'all, and that's it.
All right. Is there anyone out there you want to work with? Like, give us one main person that you would love to work with, male or female. But first, no
Interesting.
Beyonce, no Cardi B, no Nicki Minaj, and no
Okay, let's
Megan.
do something different. Probably Chris Brown,
Okay.
because he's like, he's one of the most legendary people in this, and I feel like I love his music. I grew up on his music, So if I was to do like an R&B rap song with anybody, I'll choose Chris Brown.
Okay, Chris Brown. All right. What about acting? Have you tried your hand at acting?
I love to act. It's a natural thing for me. So I actually acted in a couple movies, like a couple YouTube movies, and yeah, they're out too. So y'all could go check those out. And yeah, I love to act. So I want to be in movies one day. All
Okay.
that.
And as far as your creative process when you are making your songs, what's the vibes like, and what's the tone? How do you pick the beats versus
So it
creating the
all
hook?
depends. It all depends. Like my favorite way is to hear a beat that I just love instantly, and then I'm able to write too right then and there. That's my favorite way. But sometimes I'm just sitting down and I just like all day, every day, no lie, I'm in my phone writing little bars or little rhymes or little sentences. Anything. Or even if I think of a word, like I just write it down in my phone. Because I know I'm making music all the time, so I'm gonna need those words and shit like that. So it's very creative. It's so much different ways.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Just from speaking to you, I get the vibe that you handle criticism well. and you just let it go.
Yeah.
How do you handle the criticism from your peers, from those that are close to you? Do people try to say, nah, don't do this, or do it this way, or?
I feel like I'm very like I'm an unbothered person, just period. So like I always stay to myself. I'm not the type to go looking for anything. So it's like when people come for me or just anything that makes me feel uncomfortable, I just automatically just turn it down. I just shut it off because I don't like to feel certain type of ways. So I do it for me. Like I just shut it off.
That's a good way of looking at it. That's really. I might do that.
Yeah, you
Wrong
should try.
with that.
Yeah, I be ignoring the shit out of people.
What advice do you have for the younger generation that's watching, and because you have a lot of followers that are following you?
I want to say to first, of course, stay in school. School is so important. Like you might not understand it now, but when you get older, you're going to understand it. School teaches you everything you need to know. Even if it's the long, boring classes, like the stuff you feel like you don't need to know, like, but you need to know it. In the future, you're going to need it. So it could help you with different things like businesses or whatever you want to be in the future, it can help you. When I was in school, my teachers used to tell me that. And they used to be like, you're going to need this and you're going to need that. You don't listen. And I need those things now. So it's just like real life experience, like stay in school and find something that you love to do and stay focused on it. And I'm a rapper, but it's bigger than rap. It's so much different things to be out there. So don't just try to be one thing.
That is so true. The next single that you're putting out, can you tell us what that is?
My next single is called Rich Sex. That's what I'm working on next. Yeah, so I'm stepping out and opening up a little bit more as a female. I want to tap in with the females and the ladies. I feel like I make a lot of music just for the streets and because I am the female voice. So I feel like I make music for the streets and for everybody to relate to. But I definitely want to tap in with my ladies. So yeah, Rich Sex is coming out.
Rich Sex. Any labels reaching out to you yet?
A couple labels, yeah. Reaching out,
A couple?
yeah.
You want to tell us one or two, or if not, it's.
I don't
we
really
would
like
love
to name
Oh,
drop.
I understand. All right. Well,
But yeah.
Sky, we want to thank you. Anything else you want to share with the people?
Just stay in tune with me. Like you can catch me on Instagram at Skybanks Official. Skybanks on all streaming platforms, and tune in because I have good things to give y'all. Okay, thank you. Period.
Before you go, can we get some bars?
So this is my new song with Rap Beef that just dropped on all streaming platforms. Go tune in. I said, oh, she jacking this beef? Tell that bitch that it's up. Got some shooters that been in retirement, but they back and they feeding the dump. Glad, I'm getting money and minding my business. Why the fuck is you worried about me? I really do this, I don't do the dissing. That's how bitches get put in the tea. Talking that shit and that's how you go missing. Got some shooters that do it for free. Now you can't sleep in the crib that you live in. My niggas is spending they purchase about me. Pretty ass bitch, but I'm making it nasty. This internet bitches won't at me. Could've been petty, fuck your baby daddy. But that nigga too broke, he can't have me. I really rapping, I don't do the rap beef. So these bitches come catch me in traffic. I'm outside of you know I'm not lacking. Shooter with me ain't so automatic. Why they keep saying my name in their group chat? But I never be worried about them. Catch them lacking, we aim with a group at. Now she gonna have to bury her friend. She said when she running to me that it's lit, and her shooter keep chopping a V. He a dummy, my shooter keep chopping his hip, you run up and he dump it for me. Yeah, all that, go tune in.
Wow, Tapealert, Sky Banks. She bodied.
Big bang shit, you know what's going on.
Tapealert on the beat.